857-382-A1558 KSEV. Michael is up, folks. Let's find out what President Trump did wrong today. What's going on, Michael?
Hey, Chris. I wanted to know if the rumors are true. Do you spend a lot of time on group text chats with young Republicans?
I can't remember the last interaction I had with an organization that, in my opinion, has been compromised by a bunch of left-wingers. I'm not a big fan of the current young Republicans. Yeah,
they've been infiltrated by left-wingers. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, look, Michael. The story that you're making reference to, these young Republicans, I would look at their group chats and then ask you which one you find more offensive as the left winger you are. I'd ask you which one you find more offensive, what they were saying, or the attorney general candidate in Virginia, who was calling for the death of Republicans and the death of Republicans' children. Which ones do you find more offensive?
Both of them are equally offensive.
No. Okay.
I would have bet my house that you'd bring that up.
Well, I mean, let me I'm just saying, you didn't call up here. You didn't seem to have a problem with it when the story broke over a month ago. You never called up here and saying, hey, man, that's wrong. And you didn't call up here and say that the assassination of Charlie Kirk was wrong. But an alleged private text between unnamed young Republicans, that's what gets you to call. So I'm just wondering, why did it take you all this time to acknowledge that the other stuff being done by your side was unacceptable and that you condemn them both? How come it took this to get you to come out and condemn it all?
You didn't spend your whole show yesterday talking about the young Republican scandal. I'm shocked. I thought that would be the first story to cover.
Well, no, that wasn't my question. My question is about you. Why now? Why do you think it's now you can come out and condemn the left-wing violence? You had to wait until an alleged story that, by the way, I think it was Politico that published this thing about what a lot of kids who don't know their rear end from a hole in the ground, much like Nancy Pelosi. They come out and they allegedly say something on a group text. We don't know what the context is, but you find that objectionable. Okay, fine. Why didn't you weeks and months ago condemn what the Democrats have been up to and their violence and their promotion of violence? Why not?
Those.
It didn't work. I can give you the answer, Michael. It didn't work for your narrative, right?
Right.
It didn't work for his narrative. It didn't work for your narrative. Look, dude, I'm just, Michael, I understand. I get it. I understand why you don't, but it undermines your faux outrage now. Oh, you're clutching your pearls over this, but you had no problem with Charlie Kirk's assassination. You had no problem with Democrats calling for the deaths of Republicans and their children. Oh, but now Michael's engaged. See, that this is what you guys do. And you know what? If I thought the quote unquote young Republicans were representative at all of the conservative movement, which is what I am, I'm a constitutional conservative, I would have addressed it. But it's not, in the grand scheme of things. They're not running for political office. They're not trying to garner power. They're not trying to impose their will on anybody. Kids say stupid stuff. I mean, Michael, you haven't grown up yet. And you're saying a lot of silly things on this program. I just hope you understand that when you come on here and you pretend to be so offended by what allegedly some young Republicans said, and you had no problem with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and you had no problem with Democrats calling for the death of Republicans, dude, I hope you understand how that undermines your credibility. Don't you? Do you understand how people out there listening on radio and online go, man, this guy doesn't really give a damn. He just wants to score political points. He hates Republicans, hates the country. Do you understand how people could reach that conclusion? Michael?
Your daily angertainment show has no narrative whatsoever. You're so right, Chris.
I'm not suggesting I don't.
Moving on.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Don't get rid of him. I'm not suggesting I don't have a narrative, Michael. I'm just honest about what mine is. You're not. You're not. Every single time I ask you, Michael, about your perspective, it's always some sort of cheeky BS response, right? You can't even be honest about your name, right? So that's what I'm saying. You don't come off as genuine. You just come out as somebody who has only one objective. And I'm serious about this question. Have you ever thought about having a serious conversation and saying, this is what I believe, and this is why I think something's wrong? For all of your moaning and complaining, Michael, you never just come on and say, hey, look, I think this is wrong. If you had come on and said, you know what, I think what these young Republicans said was wrong, I would have agreed with you. So have you ever considered having an honest conversation?
What's wrong with Trump?
Pardon me?
I call you all the time telling you what's wrong with Trump.
No, you never do. You always you never say, hey, look, Trump said that.
Do.
No, you never do. You always have some kind of weird, passive aggressive way of addressing things. If you came on the air and said, look, Trump said this, and here's my opinion. This is why I think it's wrong. What do you think? Kind of like John does. John will sometimes agree with me. Sometimes he doesn't agree with me, but we have it's called an honest discussion, right? So that's what I'm asking. I'm asking you.
Right.
Do you ever think it's possible that you could come on and say, this is what I believe. This is what I stand for, right? And this is why I object to what Trump is doing or what you said, Chris Salcedo, or what, I mean, seriously, man. I mean, the debate.
Dude.
Russell, come on. I mean,
dude.
Look.
You just wasted all of our time in this segment.
I don't think it was a waste.
It was.
I don't look, Russell is right in one sense. Michael, you do tick off a lot of people. You don't persuade anybody. And I'm just saying, what's your damn point? Come on and say, this is what I believe. Maybe you'll get a different result. Maybe you might actually persuade somebody.